Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and I'm going to start with my crystal grid deck, and then I'm going to use my gilded tarot deck. So if you're interested in any of these cards, the links are down below. All right, so we're going to get a crystal card to start the reading for overall energy for this reading. I kind of feel like this yellow one here. So let's go with that. We have sulfur, volcanic progress, inventive. Sourced from volcanic areas, sulfur is an excellent companion for bottled up emotions that can manifest as skin conditions, fevers, and emotional outbursts. Oh, that's interesting. Sulfur has a negative electrical charge, allowing it to absorb toxicity and destruction from your surroundings. Sulfur also brings to light the natural disasters in your personal landscape, highlighting your shadows in order to clear the path for renewal. This opens up awareness of triggers that can cause eruption, placing consciousness in action. Leo Sun, which I think that's a really good thing, is to find out what triggers you. Sometimes we don't even realize what triggers you, like people, or it could just be items that you have around your living space that can trigger you. But if you can find out what those triggers are and remove them, even if it's like driving down a certain road or going past certain buildings, that those things can trigger you and they can bring you back and remind you of things that put you in a negative space. So I feel like that's a really cool stone, is to be able to bring those to the forefront so that you can work on those, so that you can deal with those, so that you can see those, work on them, and release them. All right, what you may be struggling with is the World card. What you need to look at is Five of Pentacles, and energy coming in is Three of Pentacles. All right, so what else do we have here for the World for Capricorn? We have Temperance. It could be Sagittarius. We have Ten of Swords and Knight of Swords. I kind of feel like you want to give up on something, that you're tired of waiting for things to happen for you. You're tired of, which I'm the same way, right? I have some things that I want to have happen in my life, and they're not happening. And to be honest, this morning before I started my readings, I was just really kind of down, and I was frustrated with that, you know, because it's like you want things to happen a certain way, and you want things to come in, and you're like, okay, I feel like I'm ready for it, right? Like I want to get to that next level, but it seems like it's that uphill climb, and then it seems like you slide back down the mountain, and then you're trying to get back up, and there's definitely can be that frustration with that, right? And that could be anything that we're waiting for, either relationships to work out or to come in, or business or money, or whatever those things are that we're waiting for, that we're getting frustrated, right? That you're getting frustrated with, like, when is it going to come in? And then having that scattered energy of, I don't know, do I still keep trying to do this? Do I give up on it? But I feel like it's, what you need to look at it, I feel like that it's just a temporary hardship. So that's what Five of Pentacles is something that's just temporary. I also feel like it's something that's going to come to an end soon, but I also feel like you might need that time kind of to look over everything, being in that King of Swords energy, which is someone who is analytical. And I feel like it's, with the Moon card and the Star card, I feel like it's bringing clarity to, sometimes if you look at things exactly the way, like, that are right in front of you, you can't really see all the progress that you've made. It's like if you step back and you see, okay, well, I've really come a long way from a year ago, right? That I really have made progress. And I also feel like it's being careful to not get yourself in this frustrated energy to where it starts to have a negative effect on you and you start rolling back down the hill. Like I've said before, you have to commit to the process. No matter what you do, it's going to have those ups and downs. Like, I was just thinking about, like, the what is it, the athletes, right? Athletes are training and training and training, and they can see themselves building up their muscles and their reaction times or whatever it is that they're working on, and then it could be that they have an injury or something happens with a family member or something, right? And then all of a sudden they have to step away from that, and then it's like, oh my gosh, now it's like I've got to build. And no matter what it is that you do, is you have those ups and downs when you're building a business or you're trying to reach a goal. Like, you always have these ups and downs, and it's sometimes when we have the downs, they're a little harder to take than normally. So I feel like it's, what are those things that you can look at that can help you? What are those tools that you have that can help you to get back on track, right? That can help you work through this temporary time, because nothing is permanent. Things always change, right? That you go through these times where you struggle and you're feeling frustrated, but then there are times when you feel really happy and you feel really motivated. Future energies, we have the Three of Pentacles, working on those things, seeing what it is that you're focusing on and trying to change that energy. And then we have the Chariot, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Cups. I feel like it's that process of, the hardest part to deal with things is when you're feeling down, when you're feeling frustrated, when you're feeling like things aren't working for you, when you're having those tough times, and acknowledging it and saying, okay, yeah, I'm struggling today. Today's the day where I'm feeling off. Today's the day where I'm struggling. And it's trying to rein yourself back in to focus on, let me get through this next minute, let me get through this next hour, let me get through this next day, and that things are always changing, and I know they're going to get better. Or is there something that you need to see that triggered you today, right? So if you're having that frustration and you're feeling agitated, is there something that triggered you? Is there, sometimes we don't know, like I don't know while I'm feeling frustrated today. Could be that I'm tired. It could just be anything. And it's okay, let's motivate, let's push forward, let's get through this. When you look over the span of time, you see that things, it really come a long way. I've really made some progress. I'm really moving ahead. And how do I move forward from that? Sometimes it's just getting out of, changing your space, right? Getting out and going someplace. Maybe going shopping, maybe going out to lunch, maybe going for a walk. And sometimes that will help to shift your energy. All right, so let's grab a Wisdom of the Oracle. I feel like don't get caught up in the frustration. Like, this is just temporary. Like, things are always changing. And to not get caught up in the frustration today of things not happening, things not progressing as fast as you want them to, things feeling like they're not moving, but really things are. We have happy, happy. I love that one. I love that one. Be happy, happy. What makes you happy, happy? This one kind of wanted to come out too. We have yin. Yin is the feminine energy, and it's kind of like, sitting back and watching, right? Just kind of, okay, today's going to be a day where I'm just going to let things kind of roll off my back. I'm just kind of going to let things go. I'm just going to take it easy today. I'm just going to chill out. I'm going to focus on those things that make me happy. I'm just going to be like, okay, it's going to be like what it needs to be, and to not worry about that. I just feel like with this yin here and that pretty pink, like, softness, I feel like it's just being, sometimes we were too hard on ourselves. Sometimes it's like, maybe we, like I've said before, we put too much on our plate and we're not setting ourselves up for success. And sometimes we're too hard on ourselves and we're not really seeing everything that we've accomplished. And today may just be one of those days where things just aren't going to get done or things aren't going to be achieved. We have the garden and the gate. And I feel like it's just enjoying the day today. I feel like it's just enjoying the moment and making the best out of it that you can. And give yourself a pass for today. You know, and there may be some things that are bubbling up when we have with our sulfur. There may be some things that are bubbling up inside you that are getting ready to come out, or that are getting ready to be revealed, or maybe it's something that you didn't realize before, something that you didn't see before, that, oh, you know what, I think that really is affecting me. And it may just be one of those days, and to just let it be and to not fight against it. Sometimes, you know, I feel like sometimes we need those days where we just binge watch TV all day, right? Of course, not everyone can. It depends on what day of the week is. You know, I mean, if it's a work day, then it's a work day. You know, and you focus on that. And maybe when you come home from work, you just kind of relax and chill out. Maybe you order out so that you don't have to, you know, cook anything, or you make it as easy as possible as you can. Recognizing that if today is a frustrated day, that you make it as easy as possible for yourself. And like I've said before, you set yourself up for success. And you say, okay, today's going to be an off day. Today's going to be one of those days, and it's okay. But I'm going to make it as easy as I can on myself. All right, so we have some charms here. We have the starfish. I feel like that represents the ocean, and I feel like it represents calmness and letting things go. We have the tree, so it's like, again, like I've said before with the tree, it's like having that base, having that strong base, and then having those branches that go off in different directions, right? That it doesn't have to be one way, that it can go off in different directions. That maybe you've been on a really good path, and today is just one of those off days, right? It's kind of branching off a different way. We have the dove, which represents peace. We have the feather, which I feel, again, lightness, like a lighter day. Some days we have those days where we are just motivated and we're going and we're productive. And sometimes we have those days where it's just a lighter day, just kind of floating, like the pink, like floating, feeling light. And then same with here is the dove right there, and just having a light day. We have beautiful, so I feel like it's enjoying the day. We have a cute little flower. I feel like that goes back with happy, happy. And then we have the cake to celebrate yourself, to feel happy about yourself, that you're like, hey, I realize today's an off day, and so I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself to get things done or to achieve things or to overanalyze things. I feel like sometimes when we're tired and we're having a bad day, we're always focusing on the negative. So it's like, okay, I'm going to focus on the positive. I'm going to realize that I may go in that direction, but I'm going to walk away from that. We have the cute little seahorse. And then we have the butterfly, which is transformation and change. And again, I feel like it's lightness, taking it easy and just enjoying those things that you have around you. And focusing on what makes you happy, focusing on the positive. And telling yourself that I'm going to get through this. This too shall pass. And I will get myself back on track. That I'm not going to stay in this energy, but I'm going to give myself that pass for today. And know that this is where I'm at for today. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.